Alright, before we start this video, you see that white button that's next to the chibi version of my face? That's called the subscribe button, and I want you to give it a big click right now, because that will give you guys more of my content. It'll pop up on your page, and that'll give me just so much joy. So if you want to see a big smile on this face and a big smile on yours, please subscribe, like, and comment. Also, I have an Etsy called Nerdosity Creations, where I make 3D printed props and items, as well as custom things if you so choose. So please check it out. All right, now let's get into this video.
You're watching Nerdosity.
Hey, what's up, Nerdosity? This is your host, tigereyecosplay, coming at you, and today I bring you another one of my glorious top lists of Nerdosity. Yes, the bounty is plentiful, but this time it's about anime. Once again, and this list is the top 10 slice of life animes. I actually have 3 parts to this list, so you're gonna get 3 videos. The first part today being basically the only defining feature of these animes are slice of life, where maybe like a little bit extra, maybe like 10% or less of it might be other defining words like romance or drama or action. But be aware, comedy usually goes hand in hand with slice of life because these are just so comfy and nice. And it's just good. So I don't really view that as a defining feature. So yeah, because they go hand in hand. Part 2 though is where the slice of life aspect is still the focal point, but the other defining features might not have more of a say, like 50% or less. Finally, the last part will have slice of life take the back burner. But it will still be prevalent enough to call these anime slices of life. Yeah, also the third part might also have some that I just couldn't fit in the other 2 parts because I didn't like them as much. So, but I like them more than my honorable mentions, I suppose, or they just fit better into the slice of life category than my honorable mentions. I love slice of life animes, and so these 3 videos are gonna be my love letter to them, because I just don't think that slice of life animes get as much love or respect or a fair shake as all the other animes in the anime and manga world, community, whatever you want to say. So I just wanted to bring to light some of these amazing animes, my must-watch list. Basically, you must watch these because they're so good. They're so good. And hopefully, these sometimes underrated beauties will be watched more. With that being said, the following anime will not be the following anime will not be in any particular order except for the top 3. Those are definitely in order. Also, please be aware for minor spoilers for the following anime and enjoy. Alright, obviously, number 1 was going to be the poster child of slice of life, the OG, Lucky Star. It is truly a slice of life, down to every little aspect. It is just slice of life through and through. It breathes slice of life, you know? That's why I said it's the OG, because I feel like it paved the way. And every aspect of this show is just slice of life, and it is so grounded in reality that you can basically relate to it every step of the way, even though I, and probably most of my audience, don't view it from the perspective of a Japanese person. Now, I did get to go to Japan and live there for about half a year, so when I rewatched it after coming back, I just got a whole new understanding for some of the jokes they made, and it just made the whole entire show that much more enjoyable for me. It is slice of life. Every part of it you can relate to, every part of it you can appreciate the just the mundane. Appreciate it. And it's just, it's the real anime that just makes you stop and smell the roses, right? It touches upon the life of the high schooler, basically all high schoolers, and all of the mundane things that kind of go with it, just kind of living as a teen. For instance, hot summer days, new cell phones, and different ways to enjoy different foods. And it manages to be just so enjoyable, even though it's about nothing. It's just about nothing, and it's awesome. Plus, the little mock TV show at the end is just a chaotic treat, like the little cherry on top. They were like, here you go, more. And we were like, yes, yum, 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 yum. Beautiful. This is truly an anime to watch, even if you aren't a fan of slice of life, because it is just a classic, and it's just hilarious and amazing, and it'll hit nostalgia points that you didn't even know you had. So please check it out. This is definitely number 1. Alright, number 2 literally has slice of life in the name, which is Nichijou, aka My Ordinary Life. Even though that's a literal meaning of the Japanese word Nichijou, this anime tends to be very, very, very extremely ordinary and very, very, very extremely unordinary at the same time. It takes ordinary everyday things like drawing an embarrassing picture on your homework, or having a crush on someone that should absolutely infuriate you, or just cringy principles, and pushes it to the extreme max to make it as funny as possible, but also super relatable. When you get embarrassed, yes, it does make you want to murder the person who just embarrassed you, but not really. To keep your pride safe, you would do absolutely anything to prevent your pride from being damaged. Anything. But not really. And yes, sometimes daydreams can get wildly out of hand and kind of muddle with your reality for a bit, but they just push it, so it just feels like that is reality until they're like, oh wait, we were just daydreaming. It is just amazingly funny, and it takes such ordinary things that should be absolutely boring and just, whatever, and just pushes it to the max to make you actually feel like you're reliving this, or like that you're living this problem right now, like taking a drink of water and choking on it and spitting it everywhere. Oh my gosh, they would take that and be like, you just killed somebody, and it's great. Nichijou is just insanely funny when it has absolutely no right to be, and it is anything but an ordinary life, yet it also is. And you just gotta watch it. Alright, and number 3 is definitely Laid Back Camp. Whew. Despite being a pastime that not many people do anymore, camping, I mean, it is very cute and fun to watch because of the camaraderie of the girls, the wonderfully beautiful locations, and the different outlook that camping brings, from the views of a beginner all the way to a regular, like a professional at camping. But yeah, it's just so wonderful. It's just so pure. I always loved camping when I was little, and it's neat to experience the nostalgia again, as well as finding out practical new life hacks or just new things in general about the hobby through this cute anime. Not only is it about camping, but it's also about the locations, the cooking, the friendship, the learning, and some of the hardships that you have to go through while camping. The anime manages to be informative while also just being a treat to watch. Also, while I was in Japan, the movie for Laid Back Camp came out, and I was just so excited to watch it, and I really, really enjoyed it. Even though it didn't have any subtitles or any way for me to understand what was going on speaking-wise, which is very much a nod to the creators for making a movie that I could follow visually and contextually, despite the obvious language barriers. That's just amazing, because I could follow it. I knew what was going on, I just couldn't understand it. And also, you should definitely check out Room Camp. It's the little OVAs that go right along with Laid Back Camp, and it is definitely an anime to watch for camping addicts and our stay-at-homies alike. Literally, you will enjoy it no matter who you are. I promise. Alright, like I said before, my top 3 are exactly as they are in line. They are the top 3, and the place that I put them in is definite. They are definitely the top 3. The next 7, though, will be in no particular order, but also they kind of are, very loosely in order because I can't be completely unbiased because this is how I feel, but just keep that in mind, alright? Anyway, number 4 is Takanomi. This is a very short anime about a girl who moves to the city from the country and shares a house with 3 other women, roommates, by the way, and they just bond over a shared love of alcohol. Don't worry, none of them are alcoholics. Don't worry about that. It's just tasting the wine connoisseurs and stuff like that, but just not as snobby, right? I was skeptical at first, just for the things that I just said before. So I just gave it a go. But I really fell in love with the dynamic characters and the fun and cute way they go about how they view and enjoy alcohol. Like I said, don't worry, they're not alcoholics. It's just super informative about the different types of alcohol, the best way to drink it, and the best food pairing, for the average Joe. Because that's all they are. They're not snobby elitists, I promise. It was actually one of the reasons why I tried a certain alcohol in Japan, was because of how highly they spoke of it, and also it was because it was a beer and it was supposed to not taste like beer, but it wasn't for me. It still tasted like beer, and it was just not for me. But then again, alcohol isn't for me, so yeah. But honestly, this is about as slice of life as it gets, besides the top 3, right? Because it's not really about nothing. It's just them coming home and drinking alcohol. It's great. It's just sweet. Put it on the background while you work. It's good. Alright, number 5 is My Neighbor Seki-kun. Okay, you want a show about nothing? My friend, this is a show about nothing. Nothing. Literally, the whole premise of this anime is a girl named Rumi, who's a high schooler, and just wants to pay attention in class, but gets sucked in and distracted by her neighbor's highly elaborate and intensive ways to kill time. In class, he goes anywhere from creating a small robot family going through different stages of their lives, and a very involved post office system for passing notes in class, all the way to just cleaning his desk, very thoroughly, and trying on different glasses, sunglasses and glasses alike. The dissonance is crazy, but you also get a play-by-play of the time killers narrated by Rumi's mind, like a sports narrator, it's kind of like that, and it's crazy. And it makes it that much better. He is definitely a master of killing time, and the way that he does his little games draws the poor girl in every time, and instead of the troublemaker getting in trouble, she does instead, usually. It's almost like a high schooler version of Tom and Jerry, and it is hilarious. Her narrations are on point, and you get sucked in as well. It's great. It's just great. Number 6 is Diary of Our Days at the Breakwater. I actually just recently watched this anime and finished it a few days ago, and I liked it well enough to put it on this list despite the kind of bad southern accents, It's a very pleasant slice of life that follows a girl who stumbles into fishing with a club at her new school after moving to the country from the city. It's actually a very new way to view fishing because we are living this life through the lens of an absolute beginner and also a person who's just kind of squeamish around living things, and it also differs itself from the other anime that will also be on this list, Slow Loop, by being a bit more slice of life in the way that it's more tame and it doesn't follow a real plot. This is just some cute girls fishing, and it definitely shows. Number 7, and please bear with me, is Aharen-san wa Hakarenai. The reason why this slice of life is a little low on this list is because eventually it turns into a romance between the two main characters, Aharen and Raido. But don't let that deter you because it is hilariously cute, and the first good bit of this anime, probably the first 8 or 9 episodes out of 12, is very much slice of life and very funny. Again, like I said, super hilarious. At first, it's just about Aharen not knowing how to speak to Raido because she doesn't want to end up being too clingy, which is her bad habit, and push him away like she did everyone else because they just didn't like how clingy she was, which is kind of crazy, but whatever. After assuring her it's okay, because he also has an issue with friends because he looks mean, but isn't, Raido now gets to enjoy all of Aharen's little idiosyncrasies, and he loves it. He's a little like Rumi from Seki-kun, and the fact that he narrates what Aharen does, or could be doing because she doesn't talk very much, but he is usually terribly wrong, unlike Rumi, who is very, very right. And that makes it much more funny. he just misunderstands so much. And it's poor boy. But your heart is in the correct place. Plus, the slow burn romance is just a treat in of itself, and you just need to watch it. It is so funny. Okay, number 8 is Slow Loop. Like number 6, this little slice of life is about fishing. but this time specifically fly fishing. So it tends to be pretty informative on that style of fishing, along with the fish that you can catch and how you can prepare it. There is some overlap with the two, like the catching of horse mackerel and cute girls having fun fishing and learning, but Slow Loop tends to be a little bit more real and sad than the comedy Breakwater brings. It follows the storyline of two girls becoming sisters because of the death of their parents, one mom and one dad, and then the subsequent marriage, but then also friends because they meet each other halfway in everything that they do. From the fact that one girl likes fishing and tries to bring the other sister into it, and then the other sister wants to talk more and get to know her sibling. It's just beautiful that the way they come together through a event that would have been so crippling and awful, but they're still able to survive and live through and still find the fun in everything and just be happy most of the time. It's great. It's just refreshing and beautiful and yes. Because of the element of loss and the fear of the new in this show, you can find yourself shedding a couple of tears, even though this is a mostly fun slice of life about fishing. Don't worry though, it tends to be way more comedic and informative than it ever is sad. So, just watch it. It's great, it's beautiful, and I love it. Number 9 is Chiho's School Road. You need to watch this. Once more for the people in back. You need to watch this! This show is just absolutely ridiculous and funny that you will be in stitches in every episode. Obviously, the story follows Chiho and what tends to happen to her on her way to school. You know, Chiho's School Road. What it tends not to be is anything tame or realistic to a degree. Yes, the first episode is about her being late to school and having to find her way around detours to at least try and get there on time. She could be late, especially because of the detours. But then other episodes are about her being an absolute baller by getting a Yakuza member to back off because she can lie through her teeth real good. Or that she has to play a game with a high school girl to continue on. It's like the Pokemon battles when they see you, you have to stop and fight them before you can continue on your way. That was that episode. Crazy, wild. It's absolute slapstick madness mixed with a girl who fights her way through everything using what she calls a gamer brain because yes, she is a hardcore gamer and it shows. Every way that she narrates, every way that she goes about getting through her school road issues, it's just gamer and it's amazing. I watched it because she happened to have a figurine of a Borderlands character in her room that I saw on a screenshot of it, so that's why I started it, because I was like, Borderlands. Alright, before we get on to the last one on this list, I have 2 honorable mentions. Number 1, interviews with monster girls. Even though it does follow the daily lives of high schoolers, they are monster girls, so it's kind of hard to relate, but the story is fun, and so are the characters. Unfortunately, the series doesn't have any more at the moment and seems to have stopped in an area where there should be more. It's definitely a cliffhanger. It's just, I hate it when that happens. And number 2, Campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill. Yes, the premise is mostly about cooking good food, and yes, there's a cute doggo and slime to eat said food, but like the title alludes to, this slice of life tends to lean more on the absurd action side than the main character's life in another world. It might not even be able to call itself a slice of life, but I can't see why it wouldn't because it's mostly about cooking good food. Now, last but not least, number 10 is Sleepy Princess in the Demon Castle. This one is just as crazy slapstick and hilarious fun like Chiho's School Road, but this time it's fantasy themed. And the main character has been kidnapped by a demon king. Gotta get that crown, boy. Instead of worrying though, like every other person would be on this planet, because, eventually a knight will come and save her. She tries to make the most of her time and make the time in this castle more bearable by making the best conditions for her to sleep. Literally, each episode is just a new way to foster laziness and a good night's sleep. But girl, same! Because I've been having some bad sleeps, and I want some good sleeps. And what she makes and stuff like that look like good sleeps. So girl, same. I get the hustle. I respect it. She will literally stop at nothing even to what seems like murder of little demon underlings, like a whole bunch of them, in the pursuit of this sleepy happiness. It is definitely worth the watch, guys, and it's extremely funny every episode. Like, you're just like, oh my goodness, did she just kill that demon? But then the demon turns out to be okay, and you're like, all right, but like, gosh dang, you really were like, I'm about to murk you to get a good night's sleep. And again, respect the hustle. Alright, if you can't tell, I freaking love slice of life animes. People, literally. That is like the most of what I watch because I just want to feel good and not think too hard when I have a long day of work. Or, depression comes a knocking. Or, road rage. I just want to put something on in the background that'll make me feel good, suck me in to watching it and stuff, and just feel nice and fluffy on the inside. I don't want to think about life. And slice of life helps. It does. It's like therapy for the poor people. Poor people. I hope all of you guys like Slice of Life too, and hopefully you will check out the animes on this list because you just need to. It's so great. And as far as I know, at this current moment, you can watch every one of these animes on Crunchyroll. Also, this is not any sort of sponsorship. Like, it just happens to be all on Crunchyroll. And like, I wish I was sponsored, but I'm not. I swear. Also, make sure you guys check out my Etsy, just like I said before, to get things that you need, things that you want, all 3D printed, unless you want my keychains or my prints and stuff. It's pretty awesome. You should check it out, Nerdosity Creations. And also, please make sure you comment other slice of life animes that you like and what content you would like to see next. And if you like this list, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. You've been watching Nerdosity, and I will see you next time. Bye!